What's up, guys? Big Up 76 here, and today I'm doing my 2020 NFL mock draft. Let's get on to the footage. So with the 1-1 pick, I've got the Cincinnati Bengals taking Tua Tagovailoa, and he was a Alabama quarterback. He had a lot of good skills till he got hurt, and then I think the Bengals are going to take him because they've got Andy Dalton, and he's old, and he's getting a little sore in the shoulders, because he can't throw those like 100 yards passes like he used to back in the day. So I think Tua is going to go there. It's a little bit of a risky pick, but I think it's going to pay off because he's the #1 ranked quarterback out of all quarterbacks. On to the next one.
This is a picture of Tua. As you can see, he's pretty buff and he's got pretty nice hair.
So with the second pick, I've got the New York Giants taking the edge, Chase Young from Ohio State University. And the reason I think this is because he's the #1 ranked prospect out of every prospect. Coolest hair in the draft, guys. It's like that blonde, silky dreads. They look so good. And I just think he's got a lot of potential in the NFL. And honestly, I think they could slip him in at QB if they really need him to. If Eli Manning gets a little bit of shaky, So on to the third pick.
This right here is that long, silky hair of Chase Young's I was talking about. As you can see, it's like a colorful color.
With the third pick to the Miami Dolphins, I have them taking Prince Tega Wanogho. And the reason I have them taking him is because he's just a really big guy. If you've watched his highlights, he can kill a QB. He's an offensive lineman, which is a great player if you want to have a big guy because, they can defend so that the QB don't get hit. But, he's a big guy, and I just think I looked at this draft board and they had him going really low, but no. I saw the potential first time I watched him in game. The Auburn offensive lineman, Prince Tega Wanogho. On to the next pick.
Here's Prince Tega Wanogho. As you can see, he's got Miami written all over him.
With the fourth pick, I've got the Washington Redskins taking Jeff Okudah. And he is the Ohio State junior. He's a cornerback, and I think the reason I think they're going to take him is because he has I don't know if this is right, but he might be the leading interceptions leader for the entire league. And I've seen him with these interceptions, dude. You can watch him. He makes diving, stuff I would make back if I would have played football, but I didn't. We're not going to get to that story. But I think they really need this defense. So yeah, on to the fifth pick.
This is a picture of him getting really happy because I think he got an interception.
With the fifth pick, I have the Denver Broncos taking the QB from LSU, the Frenchman himself, Joe Burrow. Because he dominated the NCAA with his passes. Look, watch this. This is the kind of stuff he'd go. And it was just amazing. And then I think that the Broncos are really looking for this kind of this QB because he dropped down really low in my draft because I don't think they were that needy of a QB like Joe Burrow. He can whip the ball down the field, and I think he's going to be the next Joe Montana, if I'm not going to lie. He can, and maybe even a young Peyton Manning, and Joe Flacco ain't going to last very long for them Broncos. So yeah, on to the next one.
This is a picture of the stud muffin Joe Burrow. He looks ready to just throw those 100-yard passes.
With the sixth pick in the NFL draft, I have the Atlanta Falcons taking Jerry Jeudy, the wide receiver from Alabama. Him and, never mind. But I think that he's the next Julio Jones, and he can just catch the ball. His hands are sticky. I'm kind of considering a cheating thing, but I'm not going to get into that because, it's conspiracy theory and maybe another video. But I just have him going here because he can really snatch the ball. He's the best I'd say he's the best wide receiver in the draft. On to the next pick.
Guys, comment down below if you want to see my Jerry Jeudy conspiracy theory.
I know you guys might be screaming at me. Where's Andrew Thomas? Guys, I've got a big problem with him. I watched him play against the team, The last team he played, I forget who it was. They were pretty good, but he's kind of a little on the chubby side. It's kind of I mean, I'm not being mean to fat people, but he's just not quick enough. He's an offensive lineman, and I feel like he needs speed to be that because, like, you have to need speed. Okay, on to the next.
This is a picture of Andrew Thomas digging into some cake. He's a pretty big guy.
With the 7th pick, I have the Lions taking Isaiah Simmons, the safety from Clemson. And this guy he can catch the ball, like intercept it. He got a lot of them, and he's the #1 rated safety. And Simmons is a very gifted player that can wear many hats for the Lions defense. And that's just a great trait to have if you can be the leader of the defense at such a young age, because that prepares you for greater heights. On to the next pick.
This is a picture of him doing what I think is his signature celebration called the What Did I Do?
With the 8th pick, I have the Arizona Cardinals taking DL-Javon Kinlaw because he is a South Carolina player, and I like those guys because I feel like their coach is really hard on him. He really gets them you know what I mean. He's really good, but he's the defensive lineman, and this website right here says they should have taken Derrick Brown, but it says he's the 2nd position ranking, and Javon's the 1st. So I don't get that. It's kind of stupid, but you'll see Derrick Brown later, I promise. And yeah, on to the next pick.
As you can see, you can really see his gorilla build. It's really good. Very strong guy.
Next, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars taking Derrick Brown. I think, my opinion, he's the best defensive lineman in this draft because he can sack. I think he might have led the league in sacks. It might have been Javon. But Javon, he can be a little rough. I think he hurt in high school or in midgets. He hurt around this area of the kneecap. So yeah, he can really bring that defense to the Jacksonville Jaguars, their arsenal, He can really tackle. He can sack quarterbacks enough to put their stomach in their back, So on to the next one.
Here's Derrick Brown, and who would want to be tackled by this guy? He is ripped.
With the 10th pick, I have the New York Jets taking the wide receiver. I'm pretty sure you guys expected this. CeeDee Lamb Chop. That's what I call him. But I feel like one cool thing about his name, just a fun fact, is you can insert a CD into a CeeDee player. And it's kind of similar how you can insert him into any offense for him to do good. And he can just make the team better. And I think he'd be a great wide receiver for Sam Darnold. CeeDee would. Because he can just, catch that. See? I can catch him. And, yeah, on to the next pick.
Here's CeeDee Lamb running for a touchdown like he always does.
With the 11th pick, I have the Los Angeles Toenails taking the halfback, J.K. Dobbins from Ohio State. I really think he'd be a good teammate along the halfback they have now, Melvin Gordon, because he can still run, but I'm not a big fan of him. Kind of overrated, not gonna lie. But I watched J.K. Dobbins in the Michigan game, dude. He was running for 200 yards. Not even kidding. He can probably run 200. He can probably run as fast as a cheetah. Not gonna lie, he's fast. And he had how many yards? 200 yards against Ohio State. It was really quite the performance. He would be a good fit. This had them taking a QB named Justin Herbert. We'll see him later, maybe. And yeah, I don't think the Rivers dude is getting that old. You know, Rivers, you know, the Nile. He's not getting that old. That's my nickname for him, by the way, the Nile. On to the next pick.
This might have been the game he ran for 300 yards. I'm not sure, but it might be.
With the 12th pick, I have my favorite team, the TB Buccaneers. I call them the touchdown Buccaneers because, you know, Winston throwing them touchdowns, you know. Okay, I have them taking Justin Herbert, the QB from Oregon. And I really like this guy's play style. He's really going to fit in on this team, throw into Mike Evans and O.J. Howard and all these guys, you know. And Jameis Winston is making the coach mad. I read an article, and it says because he's fumbling the ball too much and throwing way too many picks. It's just unacceptable. I mean, you know, you can't have that as your QB. You got to have a guy that can throw efficient passes and hold the ball, at least when you get sacked. You know what I mean? On to the next one.
Here's Justin Herbert just loading up the cannon, ready to throw a bullet downfield, which probably was a touchdown.
With the 13th pick, I've got the Philadelphia Eagles taking Grant Delpit. Because I like his game. He's a safety from LSU. And I think that this is exactly what the Eagles need, is that good safety to get the picks and just tackle guys, you know, because this season I've watched a couple games having some trouble getting the first down, like stopping teams from getting them first down. The running is really killing them, and Carson Wentz needs a defensive friend, so maybe he'll become this defensive friend of his. On to the next one.
Here's Grant Delpit, and he just looks like the kind of guy that would get a interception.
With the second to last pick, the 14th pick, if you don't know simple math, I have the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders. They're down in Oakland, kind of that way. If this is the U.S. map, I'm up here in Ohio. They're California. And I have them taking Donovan Peoples-Jones from Michigan. Okay, guys, stop commenting down below and complaining. I think this guy is something special. During the Ohio State-Michigan game, he dropped a lot of passes. I saw it, guys. But if you would have seen the other games, guys, you fans, if you would have seen the other games, he caught passes. 6 TDs on the year, the junior, as a junior. And the season's not even over. That's good. For a wide receiver in college, it's good. And he's just got all the tools. Derek Carr can have someone to pass to finally. Raiders fans, let's go. Finally. On to the next pick.
Here's a picture of him scoring one of his 6 touchdowns of the...
With the last pick of this 2020 NFL mock draft, I have the Cleveland Browns, okay, drum roll. They're taking the quarterback from Ohio State, Justin Fields. This guy can pass good. And Browns fans, don't get offended by this, but with how Baker played, he was a little rough around the edges, you know what I mean? I have them taking Justin Fields because, okay, first of all, Ohio player, fans are going to love him. Maybe he'll show up at an Indians game and bust open a beer with his teeth just like Baker. You never know. And, yeah, guys, he can pass well, too, so don't forget about that asset of his game. But I think he could be the next Tom Brady because he's just so accurate with those passes. Like, when he runs out of the pocket, you know, that can be a lethal move in the NFL. It's just going to be so unexpected. Yeah, guys, so that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this 2020 NFL mock draft. See you next time. Bye, guys. Apple on.
Here's Justin Fields, the turtle, just hurling the ball downfield. Apple on, guys. Bye.